music is tough. Oh.
I think the entertainment industry in general
Papa,
is too
see,
tough.
you know what I'm talking about now, Ricardo. Before you go blow, I go need to blow you, whether na man or woman.
What's your relationship with Wizkid now, though? Did he apologize to you? Did he ever apologize to you?
I don't want to know how big you are,
I
man.
mean, it's Wizkid.
I don't understand. I'm Deeone.
Eh, who be Deeone?
Welcome to Pulse Hot Takes, guys. My name is Nancy Chukwudebe. You people know I don't do this show by myself. I have my prim and proper beautiful lady over there, Cera.
Hi. I don't know why you're calling me prim and proper, but it's okay.
Sorry, rephrase. I have my... Oh, man, I like it. Yeah, she's there. Then I have the troublemaker of the group, Deeone.
Put prim and proper in my own. if you know me, go punish you.
I don't fit. I'm sorry, but guys, Deeone. I'm like, people call him D1. That's him right there. But guys, today we're talking about industry politics, and our guest today in my book, right, is Nigerian's best. He's one of my favorites, actually my favorite artist, right? And we all know that he understands the assignment of releasing hits back to back. And not just back to back. Hits where they scatter your brain, where they scatter your medulla oblongata. Do you understand? That's what he does, right? But from his time from Mavin to now, he has created a way for himself and he's making waves. But of recent, he said he has a lot to talk about. So today, if people are not busy watching us right now, I know people are eating with popcorn and all, but you can feel drop the popcorn and put your hands together for the one and only, the hit maker himself, the banger himself, Reekado Banks. I'll be on Zumba, but yeah. I'll be on. Ricardo, how you doing?
I'm very well. I didn't know you brought me here to come and talk about what I tweeted about it.
No.
What did you think we brought you here to talk about?
What I just heard now. She said I have a lot on my mind.
That's what I'm saying. What did you think you were coming to talk about?
My album?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Don't you think that's a lot to talk about?
Absolutely, but I think she was referencing something else.
Are you sure?
But are
you mad? Well, let's go back. So before everybody knew Reekado Banks, tell us a bit about who Reekado was before Reekado Banks hits the screen.
I used to be a funny name.
Wow.
Spicy.
We heard.
Yeah. And thank God I didn't continue with that.
But why?
So as at the time I was discovered by Mavin Records, there was somebody else on radio bearing the name.
Oh.
So I needed to change my name. And shout out to Don Jazzy for coming up with that one. And
Ricardo, Don Jazzy called you Ricardo Banks?
Mm-hmm.
He gave you the name?
Yeah.
Ooh. Where did he say it came from?
Oh yeah, it came from a lot of trying to find a name. First of all, we were on that for like 3 weeks. And one afternoon, I was playing video games and he just stepped out of his room and I was like, Reekado Banks.
Revelation.
And I was like, okay.
And you never asked for the meaning?
Oh no, I mean, it sounded good. Trust me, it was a process of looking for different names. So this one, after maybe 100 names, we finally got something that sort of like resonated. So I started to just spell it in different ways, and I stuck with that one.
Wow, this is the first time I'm finding out that Don Jazzy gave you the name Ricardo.
Yeah,
Banks.
I haven't really talked about it that much.
You see, I feel at home. I love it. So, what song changed your life? What's that particular song that you're like, Baba God, now this one, now be this?
I think from the beginning of my career, Catapult kind of did it for me. Although I wasn't the biggest fan of dropping it.
Pause.
Yeah.
That's the song that made me fall in love with you.
I can imagine.
What?
But Don Jazzy was like, if this song no blow, I go to pay you salary. So I was like, okay. I wanted to drop something else. I wanted to drop something a little more up-tempo because, I wanted to be out there. But apparently, Catapult was what made me get out there.
Let's talk about how Don Jazzy met you. I mean, at the time Don Jazzy signed you, I was not even in the industry. I mean, but like as a fan, I just had this feeling that Don Jazzy was a fan of this guy.
Right?
Yeah. Am I wrong on that perception? Like Don Jazzy was actually, before signing you, I think that's a person who was a fan of your music and your sound.
You might be correct for that, because how I was discovered was pretty special. I was picked out of 5,000 entries. I was the only artist picked of 5,000 entries into like Don Jazzy had put out a tweet to listen to up and coming acts,
Right.
and after I got in, I realized they had 5,000 entries, and I was the only one chosen. So
Come on.
yeah, and on the first day I was at the Maven studios, I was there for about 2 hours, and I recorded a bunch of songs. And on getting home that night, we got a call from the now president of Mavin Records, Tega, to say, yo, Don Jazzy is very interested. He'd like to see you pretty soon. So yeah, you might be correct to say he was a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm one of those people who identify as a Rick addict.
Hey,
And
love.
I remember back then, would I call it your first controversy? I mean, it's okay to talk about it now because it's been years and years. You know what I'm talking about? It was the headies thing where Don Jazzy and Olamide had a huge issue because of you. I'm not going to say what I thought about that moment because, I mean, as a Rick addict, you already know. But because we unfortunately, we were part of the people who were defending you. Like, he deserves it. The Robuchi is what it is because of Reekado Banks. Yes, and that was my thought process. So let's talk about that era. You experiencing that in real time, especially considering that what social media was then is not what it is now. How did you feel like seeing that people were doubting that you deserved to win an award that prestigious at the time?
For me, I was coming up and making music and dreaming. One of maybe the biggest thing I wanted to get was the Next Rated Award. So that just silenced every noise that may have been around. I just thought, I've gotten what I wanted to get.
So you didn't go through any self-doubt, like, because that could
not in that moment.
Okay.
To be honest, not in that moment. I was pretty sure how talented I was, or I am.
Yeah.
Sure for you.
But and I was ready with an album. I was ready with the next single. I mean, the next single that dropped, I think 2 weeks after, was Oluwani, which was a smash.
Yeah.
So I didn't think anything about what anybody was saying. I was just happy that I literally hoped for something and I got it, and there is still more to get.
That's great. I actually love it for you. Let's talk about industry politics. But now they're an independent artist. How's the journey been for you?
Pretty. It's been something, to be honest. I got out of a partnership about 9 months ago.
Okay.
That I felt was going to be. I literally depended on it to get me where I felt like I wanted to be, but 5 years down the line, I found out that they were in the partnership for themselves, not like really for me. So I have now come to realize that I am enough, and everybody that I am blessed with in my close circle, that I know that I can trust, are they're enough for me to get to where I'm trying to get to.
This partnership, was it an international one?
Oh, no, it was still local, but I thought I knew what they were doing and they could get me somewhere.
Right.
So, I mean, because this happens most times where artists, they get into partnership with some people invest money.
Oh, this wasn't even a...
No, I know. I'm just since we're talking about industry politics,
right,
and we're still coming to your album, which is where now that one really be my own interest. So I mean, there needs to be a balance. Sometimes people will invest money into an artist. The artist no go, I don't want to mention names, but they will not fulfill their own part of the
end of the bargain.
Yeah, end of the bargain, and then quarrel here and there. Was this something similar?
Oh, this wasn't a matter of them investing money. I was in fact investing money and sharing profits. I invested for the whole 5 years, all my money. The partner never did put a dime into it, yet we shared all the profits.
But why is that? Why did you let that happen? Did you sign a contract?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty novice when it came to all of this, and I had come from I come from I come from relationships that, I trusted the people.
Okay.
These people were loyal. I just, we just fell out and I wanted to move on. And I had seen somebody else that I thought knew the way. So when they came to me with their plans with the paperwork and stuff, because they did come with the paperwork, I was quick to get into it and just didn't see all like the nitty gritties
There.
and stuff. But yeah.
So you miss Mavin, no? I mean, do you miss them?
So what I would say is, like I was asked the other day, what do I miss about each and everybody? And what I said about Don Jazzy was, just the sort of cover that I had while I was there with Corey Bello. I miss, the competition that was kind of healthy, that just kept us going. I miss my friendship with DJ, although that is still going on. I miss the encouragement from Tiwa Savage, the mentorship from the Prince and Dr. Sid. But what I could tell you for a fact is that I'm not going to be the man that I am today if I was with Mavin Records up until today.
Right.
I would be, in fact, very entitled. Yeah.
How do you mean?
Yeah, Mavin Records is a very structured company that,
They do everything for you.
they'll take care of you. They'll take care of you very much. And since I got there when I was 19, there isn't so much growth to do in terms of like character building, because they would handle things.
They'll pamper you.
They would handle things. But now that I've had to go through Egypt, like I would always refer it, these 5 years, I've been able to grow tremendously. And now that I am running my own stuff, I'm just very, very aware of situations. I'm aware of the industry. I'm aware of how things have come to be. And now I can, in fact, pass this down. If I was with Mavin Records, I'm not able to pass my experience down. I can't teach somebody what things are going to be like.
Yeah.
What kind of waters they're going to, get into. But now I'm well aware, and I'm very grateful
So
for this.
basically, you're saying that the time you left Maven, for you it wasn't like premature. You needed to, so that you would experience everything you're doing now.
Definitely, because my destiny is one of a leaders. I'm meant to like lead a people, like a generation. So I had to get on the journey, even though I didn't know what I was getting into. I had to get on the journey.
And you don't regret it anymore
At all.
Okay.
So, Ricardo, listening to you, right? You said if you didn't leave Maven, right, you would have been entitled. I get that. And the Egypt that you have gone through now has made you realize like you've gone through a learning process. But the question I have is, what was that thing that hit in your brain that made you realize that, oh my God, it's time for me to wake up and leave Maven? For me, I've had that experience, right? I've been in a place where I'd worked for 6 years and some certain things triggered me to move. So most times I feel like people have triggers. Was there a trigger for you that made you leave Maven, or what made you leave Maven?
So the contract had ended 2 years prior.
Yeah.
And we were not, in fact, working with a contract anymore at the time. And I just thought I wanted to do it on my own. It wasn't like any trigger from like Mavin Records that made me want to leave. Everything was still looking good there. And in fact, Don Jazzy tried to keep me in there. But I was pretty sure I wanted to do something.
To try something else.
Like I said, it's a destiny thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to get on the road and find myself.
What's your relationship with Don Jazzy like now?
Pretty amazing. He's produced one of the songs on the coming album as well.
Ooh.
That's great.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about the coming album. First off, the name is a very audacious one. The Game Needs Me, dropping it on the 7th of July, 7/7. Why
Yeah.
that name?
So I was going to title it "The Game Needs Me," but since I already have the realization, I decided to title it "The Game Needs You,"
Right.
to like, get anybody out there that's possibly thinking they have all the time or sleeping on themselves, to get up and just get to what they do. No matter how many people are doing what they do, their uniqueness is definitely needed in the world. You know what I'm saying? And
So that means you're going to be listening to motivational songs on the album?
no, definitely not. But
Okay.
I'm saying my idea of working on this is that I got up. It's amazing songs on there, pretty
It's you now.
interesting songs. Shake Bum Bum, everything on there, and just love vibes and
But now that
Yeah.
I mean, I know that for a project to come out, it can't be only you who is handling it. That a couple of other people have you put into check, like things like profit sharing, things like how the music will be marketed. Because I'm here thinking, so are you trying to say that when Ozumba Badiwe was everything it was, you didn't make the full money that you were supposed to make from it? And is that like something you're going to repeat again?
Oh no, we're not. So I was CEO of my company. Obviously, just the profit sharing was pretty ridiculous. But now,
How many percent are we talking here?
No, we're not trying to say that. But
Like, give us a range. Were you collecting
we're
more?
not-
Were they collecting
Yeah, I was
less?
collecting more.
Okay.
obviously. But for the fact that they weren't putting anything into it, they were taking a lot.
It's giving 60-40.
I'm not even trying to acknowledge anything. But for now, I am 100% owning everything that I am putting in there.
Okay, so this is it. You are one of the most talented artists, But let's be realistic. For an artist to come back in Nigeria, like if there's a break, for you to have like a second, make person blow again, it's very difficult to.
I've
One
heard
of
that
the-
before. Like,
No, I'm telling you.
Until
Yeah.
and then Ozumba and Badiwe happened. So it's
No. No, I'm not even you. You are. I mean, you are on one level.
Yeah, in class of his own.
People like Wandeko had that thing. There was a break. That time when he had that.
That's I remember even P Square now they have
Do you understand? Like, it's
Yeah.
very difficult for you to be up there or out there, and then you take a break and come back in the music, because artists plenty pass fans. Do you understand? So, I mean, I trust you, and things have changed. Don't forget that time when you did Maven, the system don't change. Now you can just put out one track and then now from TikTok. Do you get
blow.
those days now when you don't talk to OAP? That's why you know him from.
When I
That's
go on
why you
radio,
know-
it's not the same thing. You don't
That's why you know him from Max
FM.
FM, because there's that, you have DJs all over and everything. I mean, what's the plan for this? Me, I know that you have it covered, right? But you also need to understand that time when you did
It's not the same
and
time.
now it's different. That's number one. Number two, for the people watching, like upcoming artists, a lot of people look up to people like you. You've done, I mean, every artist, they are waiting that they dream of. You don't do them. What's your advice to them in terms of contracts? Because you don't talk and now say, when you come up for Maven, the place where you go, the contract gas be, and it took 5 good years. What's the advice? Are you trying to tell them that, okay, you know what, read it yourself, get a lawyer? I don't understand, because of course I know that you had a lawyer that checked it out. But what's your advice to people, and what's your plan for your next, blow comeback?
But the one question, the stuff you're talking about, that he has already done what artists dream of. What's that thing?
Ricardo has one of the biggest names, bro. Like, see, let me tell you something. I feel like no matter how big we see him, he's still underrated, because I don't see where this guy performed before. Like, hits back to. There are some hits that you don't even forget saying him. Do you get what I'm saying? Back to back to back. So, of course, every artist in Nigeria, if they can even achieve 50% of what he has done, he has worked with the biggest. Don Jazzy is like one of the biggest names when it comes to, music producing and record. And you get what I'm saying? For you to be affiliated with someone like Don Jazzy, So, what's your advice to them? Because right now, you've seen the well-organized, structured record label, and you don't already come out on your own.
Do one by yourself.
Do one by yourself. You don't see RCB. What's your advice? Because not everybody will have the luck that you have. You have
said
that,
his destiny.
it's destiny. And then you also said that you are like a leader. Do you understand? So I want this to also be about you, and also about people watching who want to, tap from?
I think the recipe to sustain success that I have now found would be a lot of consistency. You know, a lot of focus on the music and like consistency with the music, consistency in putting out records, putting out bodies of works, putting and consistency in your branding. You know what you're known to be about. Just continue to be about that. Definitely build on that.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely one thing I could tell anybody that's listening and trying to get a certain level of success.
But Rick, some people don't they consistent. Some artists, I know some,
Mm.
and they are good. The production is nice, but for some reason, it's even a little bit better now. For some reason, like there are some gatekeepers. Some people go tell you say because you not greet me or because I don't like you. You don't even need to offend some people. Some people will all say this are not fee.
But someone would argue that the industry is no longer like that with gatekeepers. Do you think that gatekeepers
That's
still
the
exist
industry
in Afrobeat?
politics we're talking about.
Do you think-
and you mentioned that there are things that you want to pass down to
No,
this
hold on,
new
Nancy.
artist.
I want him to like. Do you think that gatekeepers still exist in Afrobeats today?
Of course, for me.
Because I mean, we're in an industry where somebody can just make a song, it goes viral on TikTok, and
You know
everything
what I'm
happens.
saying? So-
yes. So, do you think gatekeepers still exist?
I feel like they can be boycotted. There are different avenues to blow up
True.
without, passing through some other avenues.
Like
And as like TikTok, like social media, and or like other platforms, if you are gatekeeping your radio station, there are like 20
another
others.
place. Yeah.
So
So
there's not
the
much you can
industry as at 10 years ago, like I mean, you're over 10 years in the industry.
do. About 10,
Yes,
10 years.
about 10 years now. So in the industry 10 years ago and what the industry is now, would you say that there is a huge difference?
You see, like I said, what the industry was 10 years ago, I'm not aware. I was in Mavin Records.
Oh.
Did they do everything for them?
So you were
know?
that blindsided?
I was literally a Maven artist.
They do everything. The only thing you need to do is just eat as long as you can eat bath. The rest, they drive you.
But guys, looking to what Cera is saying, gatekeeping, I people feel like say there are other platforms. I feel like the reason why record labels still strive is because you need record labels. Even if your song blows on TikTok, how much is TikTok going to pay you? Even if your song blows on YouTube, how much?
So the
how
thing
much?
is-
So I feel like the record label
no.
there
So
is-
yes, this is how it works. Like with your song blowing on TikTok, it's not TikTok that's paying you. It's the fact that your song has blown. So
And then
the
you
regular
can-
TikTok user would now go to Spotify or Apple Music or Boomplay or Audiomack and start streaming. So the conversation now is how much does the DSPs pay? Plus we've heard stories about how in Nigeria the DSPs don't pay the artists as much as
foreign artists.
as much as foreign artists. But I think the only thing that record labels would do for you mostly is the structure of earning. Like this mistake that he made now, for example, if he was under a label, they would protect him. That's where the lawyers come in. That's where do you understand? They would protect him so he would not lose that much, basically, right?
Fair.
So that's it. That's it.
Also,
But- okay.
with the song blowing on TikTok by like a newcomer,
Yeah.
what I was saying about consistency now stands. After, that one song blows up, if you are able to, get back on it, do something else, you're now able to, start getting like booked for gigs. And, these gigs pay a lot of money.
There's
But
also
looking
that.
for the gigs as an independent artist.
You're not looking for the gigs, they're looking for
The
you
gigs will look
eventually.
for you. Of course. Once you are, yeah, the way it
No,
take-
wait. Ricardo pause. Before Ricardo Banks, you were spicy. How many gigs came to meet you?
How many hits did I have? I didn't have any hits.
Exactly.
So yes,
And I didn't have a platform like TikTok to ensure that I had a hit. So I literally had to, find money and enter bus and go to the radio station to give it to them. But now I can literally put my phone in my front and promote my music.
How
That's
many
right.
radio stations turned you down back then as spicy?
A bunch of them.
Now you make
But
her do
many,
that song.
but many,
when me you there.
but many of them. Shout out to Tosi Bucknor. She was she really she was good to me even before I became anything, and after I became something, she continued to be. So yeah.
That's
So this album now, how is it going to be different from every other Ricardo's project?
The music, first of all, is very evolved.
Hmm.
The sound is very evolved. It's very I don't want to say mature
Hmm.
because I don't want you to think like I'm putting out something boring.
Hmm.
But it's very it's very evolved.
That's the shade, guys.
To who, please?
So I'm of the opinion that most Nigerians love music without substance. Like, please, now let's know what's this.
No. Not just.
Yeah, is it truth
not just
now?
music. Most things that succeed in this part of the world, they get
So,
depth.
do you get?
Do you understand? That's
Remember
why.
when one corner
Guys,
came
I
out?
beg, I
Now?
want
That's
succeed
why-
though. Don't say that I will not have depth though.
No.
You can succeed, but if you want to succeed in Nigeria, most times they get depth. That's why people like. I mean, of
So
course,
you
Ricardo
now
is
you
an-
don't get depth.
Of course, I have depth now, but if I want to succeed in Nigeria, I have to
So you have not
sound
succeeded.
like a Nigerian.
Do you
Do
get?
you get what I'm saying?
No.
That's
I
why
don't
today
think
most
that's
people.
Stop now.
No.
You agree with me, Ricardo,
let's be
yeah?
fair.
Eh,
Thank you.
No.
But
I
if you
think-
want
Sorry, please hold up.
you hold
When
up.
Asha came out, how many Nigerians accepted her?
who, Asha?
Yes,
That's literally one
No,
of the
we're
most
talking about
classic
Asha.
albums
We're talking-
ever.
How many Nigerians
Everyone.
accepted her? No, I don't say everyone. Not everyone did.
Should we count everybody in this room now?
See, we have substance
Abi,
now.
Let's do that.
Let's
Let's
not
start
do
from
this.
us.
Let's not do
Did you like
that.
Asha's album when it came out?
Can
I
say-
loved-
Can I?
Thank you. I love Ricardo. Did you like Asha's album when it came out? Yes. Did you like Asha's album when it came out?
Can
What? Did you like Asha's album when it
Can
came
I
out?
say-
You
Can
said
you
no.
ask this question
Yes,
in
you see,
some
everybody
places?
said yes, only
No,
you.
you can't do
Sarah.
this
you.
now. You can't do this. You can't use us here.
Nancy,
At least we
calm
can
down.
start from here.
Exactly.
No, please. I don't
Nancy.
like when
Because people are basically calling Nigerians unintelligent and it's not fair.
No, calm
You
down.
know?
Don't change what we're trying to say.
What do you
Everybody
mean? Like, Burna Boy's
understands.
music is pretty nice and deep, and he's successful. Rema,
Thank you.
Wait. When we are talking about depth, we know that, of course, Asha is successful.
Yeah.
Of course, Brimo is successful. But when you look at the work they put in writing their songs,
Lyrics.
it's deeper than a Burna Boy, for instance. I love Burna. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's
how
be
is it-
realistic.
how is it deeper? In fact,
Go listen to Brimo.
it's different. I
songs.
mean, they have different themes that they touch on. So one isn't essentially deeper than the other.
Okay. That's.
I
I
would
mean,
say-
if you want to pretend that, that's fine.
You
That's
will not
okay.
listen
No.
and learn. You're calling it pretense. School him, Ricardo.
Learn
I don't understand.
Listen.
No, I'm
lyrics.
saying it's just it's literally the theme. If Burna Boy were to write something around the theme of what Asha was writing, he would smash.
Okay. Where me you day?
Ricardo, what's your favorite song of yourself, from yourself rather?
Every artist will say they don't have one. But
No,
let
he
me
should
see
have.
if you
Yeah.
say
I'm coming.
yeah.
I'm trying to.
mm.
I don't want to fail myself. You feel me? So
Yeah.
please let me go through. I'm scanning through.
Okay, while you are scanning through, who is that artist right now that you feel, is not as big as it should be? Like maybe an underdog that you feel that this person get mad potentials to be like, like you or greater than you. The reason I'm saying this is because it's really tough for a lot of artists, and you're one of the lucky few. Do you get what I'm saying? Of course, God's grace, because if not voice, some people go sabi past some other people. Do you get what I'm saying? So who is that artist that you feel like
It's underrated in Nigeria.
yeah, say body potential are mad.
Mm.
May I have my own? I want to hear from you.
This can be another opportunity for one artist to hear from here.
Abi, have you heard about this girl called Winnie?
Yes.
Winnie.
Winnie Adano?
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you feel
She's very talented.
very, very,
Absolutely.
and she can be as commercial as you.
She can be as great as anybody.
Wow.
I agree. She literally sounds like Rihanna Pro Max.
I
Oh.
think
The
that's a
better
problem
version
for
of
me.
Rihanna.
Whoa.
I think that's a problem for me. When an artist sounds like a known artist.
No, she doesn't sound like Rihanna. Like they don't have the same vocal texture. But
Trust
like,
me, she sounds better.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She sounds
Pro Max,
better than
Yeah,
Rihanna.
like it's like
I
if
promise.
Rihanna,
but
it's like
What do
if
you call her,
it's like
Winnie?
if.
Yeah.
If it's like if Rihanna should go and work on herself times 20. I'm not trying to be a hater.
you
I
serious?
swear. See, someone just
Yeah,
gave me
let's
thumbs
check
up. I'm not trying to be
Winnie
a hater
Are you serious?
to Rihanna, but I'm honest.
So why
I'm
you know if she
honest.
signed? Is she signed?
She is actually.
Yeah, she's
I
signed.
just
She
signed
works
her.
with a
But do you
child.
have plans of signing artists now that you're running your stuff full time?
Yeah, but I in fact am partnered with like on the business side, I partner with a what's it called now? No. I partner with an entity that, develops artists
Okay.
and stuff. So I'm able to, use that arm of like my business to take care of that. But under my own wings, particularly, it's just me that I'm focusing on because there is a far distance I'm trying to get to that I can't necessarily be distracted.
I wish more artists were like this because, I mean, we've seen a lot of artists try to start labels and then they sign people and then they get too distracted with their own career.
Them, they never
and
even...
they forget to put in the structure in their label to help the other artists. So it's a cycle of...
But when you started like Wizkid, though, to me. It's just me.
At the beginning of my career.
So like, was it
at
like...
the beginning of my career?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough. I listened to a lot of Wizkid, a lot of Wandiko, a whole ton
you can
of
tell,
Wandiko.
yeah.
I mean, I could...
Was it something that
Wizkid.
the record label told you that, oh, listen to the... Or not just you on your
Oh
own?
yeah, this was just me. Just my interests.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
How's your relationship with Wizkid now, though?
Pretty nice.
Wizkid
Did he apologize to you? Did he ever apologize to you?
He did.
Did he
Yeah,
sign
but
it?
that was private.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, give you like if you do that, not that one, but if you embarrass me publicly, you can't apologize privately. I don't want to know how big you are.
I mean, it's Wizkid.
I don't understand. I'm Deeone.
Who be Deeone?
No. See, that's what. No, everybody can say.
No,
my dear, not be today they cost me.
Person know they do you.
Not be today they cost me. Do you understand what I'm saying? But to be honest, I don't see any human being greater than me. That's the truth. If Wizkid comes in here, I swear to God, the way I'll take greet you, that's why I'll take greet him. And it does not mean I don't love him. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you embarrass me publicly, and you cannot apologize publicly.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
it.
You can't say I no best.
But I think
Whereas millions of people don't see the
I think
embarrassment.
it's different, Ricardo.
Why is it different?
No,
This is just my own
I'm
personal
gonna say,
thing.
I think it's different in the industry, especially because the music industry, I believe, is very small, and I think a lot of them are scared of stepping on each other's toes. Okay, let me not use the word scared, but they are wise enough to know that you should let some things go. I mean, right? That's what it is.
Sorry. Can I say something? Can I say something before he talks? I don't even need his opinion here. He did not step on anybody's toe. Let's be real. When we talk about massive, you know, like Wizkid reach me. Oh. He did not step on anybody's toe. He just do what he feel saying supposed to do at that time. Do you get what I'm saying? And bro, like for someone to record with you, you have a relationship with that person. You can easily just call and say, "Guy," do you get what I'm saying? That was off for me. And everybody makes mistakes. Wizkid made a mistake. That's my own
And
view.
he apologized for it. You cannot be telling
Privately.
him.
Now us now when they hear from you imagine privately.
So I don't
I
understand
have a problem with
why.
that as well.
Yeah, I have a problem with private apology. If you made it publicly, be bold enough and man enough to apologize publicly.
Yeah, but
That's it.
I don't think that's on me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
not,
not
you know,
it's
no,
not
I'm just
you,
saying,
it's not
this is just
you,
my
it's
own
just
view.
character,
And
behavior.
and to be honest, is sometimes na fear of man no go vex this person, man no go offend this person, and to be honest, it limits a lot of people. Do you know that there are a lot of things happening in the industry right now that some people like the experiences? I don't want to talk about you now. Some people have been through stuff that if they tell you within their eye, don't music is tough. Oh.
I think the entertainment industry in general
Baba,
is too
see,
tough.
entertainment is tough. Music on its own, for you to succeed, you know what I'm talking about now, Ricardo. For you to succeed as an artist, it's tough.
This is the time where you drop the wisdom that I say you want to drop for these
see,
people.
it's even
What's
beyond
the wisdom?
No, wait.
You
see.
guys are already deciphering it. So
Yeah,
it's good.
see, for me, this is it. If you have been through stuff, right, and you have been privileged to work with Don Jazzy and almost all the big names and everything, and you should be able to draw a structure that will help other people that are like you that might not have the grace or. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like people to talk your mind. Baba, if the album go blow, it go blow. Regardless of, do you get what I'm saying? And right now, like we said, if radio station no one play your song, TikTok they there. If you go blow for one, I'm telling you, if you go blow for one thing.
Philippine country.
So yeah, if you see skills now from another country called it blow, come here. Again. Do you get what I'm saying? So my point is, like there was one time Oluwa Dollars made a tweet and he said that because I don't even know when he entered music, but he said that one producer wanted to produce for him, and the next thing producer say making Ben Yash.
Uh-uh.
No, he put it that. Let's not act as if.
But
So-
Don Jazzy told him to mention the name of the producer, and he didn't say anything
No,
Why do you think he didn't say?
because I think he was cloud chasing.
Okay.
Cera.
Okay, so this is it.
I mean, look at an artist here say,
No.
Is
He
that
just
something
didn't
that's
know.
common in the
Maybe he
industry?
didn't know about it. What
wait, pause. Is that something that is common in the Nigerian music industry?
I'm not even done with my
Exactly. He
question.
said no.
We're-
But continue.
I
the
think
best of
many
your
of us are
knowledge.
straight.
Many of
Even if you're
many
not,
of people in the industry are straight.
Many, I mean, in the music.
Okay.
Industry.
But I'm
so,
saying
to
even
be
if you're
honest,
not straight, I don't think the music industry in Nigeria operates that way, where
Sorry.
artists are saying you
In,
should pay to.
I even thought
should
you were going to
sleep with them
talk about
first.
like a lot of money or something.
Yeah.
No. I'm coming
Which
to
is
that.
fair.
I'm coming to that. But now this is it. I don't really care what anybody does with their own private. Do you get what I'm saying? Whatever you do in
Their
your house
private
is your
parts.
business. With your private parts, it's actually your business. But putting somebody that is talented under pressure, stylishly or directly, do you get what I'm saying? That is something that happens in the industry. Let's not even act as if it does not happen.
But that even aside that happening in the industry or from the industry, that majorly happens from the fans.
From the
pressure.
fans.
The pressure.
Okay, now the fans will get it, bring the suggestion.
I mean, pressure.
No. I know what I'm saying now is an artist wants to blow.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Now, there are two major things where they stop artists. First of all, record label politics and profit sharing and all those things, like the case of Keys and a couple of, that's number one. Number two, before you go blow, I go need to blow you. Whether na man or woman. Yes, now, that's the way PDD. That's the way PDD they.
You don't offer our guests.
No.
Don't offer our guy.
See, let me tell you something. Rick, let me tell you
Stop
something.
calling him Rick. It's Ricardo.
Sorry, Ricardo. No verse. Ricardo
Ricky.
Banks. Or Ricky.
Ricky.
You know,
Nah, Ricky.
Let me now tell you something. A lot of people don't know me and my journey. There's an artist that was signed to Maven.
Mm.
Do you get? I won't mention the person's name.
I mean,
But
they're not
the
some-
person
they're like
that is close, the
15.
closest person to that person, I don't go the person's house before. I did an interview at Niger TV. I don't want to mention two comedians that can bear me witness. I went to this person's house innocently. Baba, I'm not joking. Like, this person came close to me, hugged me, held me in an
So
inappropriate
you're
way.
not getting the point.
I'm coming. Now my experience.
Now your
I
experience
know
me.
it's your-
Now me go through the thing.
I know.
You cannot tell me that. And of course,
it's-
I be street. Do you get? But a lot of people don't know say I be street. Okay,
it's
now they
not-
laugh my experience.
No, the way you said,
I felt
hold on, Sarah. Now my experience.
I felt it's a safe space. Now it make me talk with it.
It's a safe
But
space.
this is the thing.
But-
eh?
okay,
I'm coming.
finish.
This is the thing. Now, for me to experience that kind, a lot of people don't know say I be street. I turn on my motion side straight. Say, come.
Wobby.
See this boy.
Now,
See this boy
now
from Babcock,
I was
say
lucky.
get street side.
I was lucky to, get out of that situation. And I have heard a
Would
lot
you have held
of,
you down?
hey,
Bros.
I've heard a lot of, gists about how people, they take advantage of people. Now, what is your advice to people? Like, how do you think that person that does not have that much self-confidence, how do you think that person can come out of that kind of situation? Because I won't lie to you, I don't think Oluwadolas was cloud chasing. I don't think so. But what do you think about people that find themselves in situations where, they have to compromise? What's your
So
advice?
first
to
of
them?
all, it's two things. They need to go and learn some self-defense skills.
So I saying if
Because
a man should hit on a man, he should fight him.
you better fight.
you get where they go slap you on yash as man. You go
better
look
be
at
able to
what's
fight.
up?
You better be able to fight, because if you're not able to fight, then you're
So you can't
Going to
politely
sink.
turn it down.
Polite. When
Politely,
man
see,
don't
I
pay.
don't understand.
knowing how to fight doesn't mean you're going to fight, but
You
at
just
least you
have it.
can. So you're going to be able to politely say it, and when they do not agree politely,
Then
they can
you
be
now-
whooped.
Have you whooped anyone for trying to hit on you?
No,
Before?
that's not even
And
the, that's not even the,
I train boxing. I whoop in the ring.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. So no man has ever tried hitting on you.
No, I don't think I'm not that beautiful. It's cool.
Ricardo, I not go lie, give you a
Oh, so you see, why wouldn't that guy hug you when you're about to find Ricardo cute?
Ricky, I not go lie, give you. I find it very difficult to believe. Do you
Yeah.
know? Yes, one music producer. No. Oh God, I don't want just the talk. See, this one, shout out to Mobaba, I can bear me witness because now in friend. somehow. I show a message. I was in the UK. This guy just tell me, say, where you there? I say, I there UK. He say, he's coming to the UK to see his girlfriend. I say, oh, yeah, now let me know when you get here. He say, whether I not go ask him who in girlfriend be. Now so I say, who is the girlfriend? Say me. He never asked me that before. Nothing. I'm telling you, real, and you cannot. Many of these
So what
bad
is it
character.
about? What is it about you that makes men
It's
find you
not
hot?
me.
What is it about you that makes men
Do you
find
want
you
to answer the
hot?
question?
It's not me.
Do you want to
It's
answer
the
that
music.
question?
It's the music
What
business.
is it about you? Because
This
this
thing
is two
don't
different stories now of two
Rick.
different men hitting on you.
Ricky, sorry, don't say Ricky.
Eh?
These stories are if you don't ever hear something like this before. Do you know why? This thing the way they laugh at it has messed a lot of people up. Do you get what I'm saying? There are people that are dying
In
in
silence.
silence, and even when they get the fame, after they don't compromise, it affects them. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I want to have this particular cover. We don't need to delve into this thing, but just advise somebody out there that because the first thing argument is not blue.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's true, Sha. That's true. They can. They
okay.
can. They can.
Fair.
So how do you
Fair,
navigate situations like that?
Oh, I've just said it. Learn to fight. So when the politeness doesn't work, you whoop their asses. After that, go and pray to God for Him to lead you in the right path.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean, we can't be moving on our own wisdom and stuff. So it's like you need to like seek God's direction and stuff,
True.
and that is as essential and just the only way to be
Forward.
honest.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you think about people doing like jazz?
And they're
To-
seeking
to blow.
something. They're seeking something.
People using soap.
They're seeking. I don't know if it has ever worked for anybody.
He work now, portable soap, no work. He work now, portable, they show his skincare. They show us portable. I love that guy. I love him. If they show the skincare, say, I'm see abo. Sometimes portable, they do all those ritual with catfish. In the show am. The blood, they drink. The portable.
Catfish blood.
Yes, now. You never do that this thing before.
Why
You
should
don't
go
do-
do that?
No, I've not done. I'm just
So why you asking me that way? Why did you ask me like it was common to rub catfish blood on my
no,
face
but
and drink it?
it's a common people. I've heard people do it.
Hey,
Do you want-
Deeone,
Do you want?
Only Deeone has heard people.
You're knowing.
Deeone.
Baba,
You have.
waiting my eye don't see for
For
this.
Lagos.
Don't worry. No worry. I'm so happy for you. First of
Thank
all,
you, man.
there was something wise that you did after you left Mavin. With all the drama that happened for you or whatever, you establish yourself as a businessman. You see, anything will happen. Because music, you don't know whether. See, I wish you the best, though, and you know I wish you the best. But the truth is, if you don't blow your blow, may you don't know.
Woo.
Do you get people when they go back, they don't know, saying that their last blow, they blow. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but the good thing is, with or without music or whatever, you already have that experience from. I heard you're into real estate right now. You're into, So this.
How did that happen? How did that start? Was there anything that led you there to take
These were
things like that?
opportunities that presented themselves, and I'm into more things than you in fact know.
The restaurant?
No, I mean aside the restaurant and the real estate, a
Tell
few
us
more
now.
things.
You know they see they sound like billionaire. You know they see.
Sitting and just talking, right?
I'm into more things, but all of this have come. Like I said, this thing is God's direction, and one of the last things that I literally invested in was exporting some natural, some raw materials.
Importer, exporter.
So this didn't come as a result of me knowing what I was going to get into. I literally got on a trip. So we had gone to Abuja, me and my partner at Above, to check out the new spot that we were opening, that
In
we will be
Abuja?
opening in Abuja. And just over dinner, I am hearing about some new business opportunities, and I'm like, what? This is too much. These profits I'm hearing about are unbelievable. And I started to check. I checked for a bit, and it's pretty real. And I put some money in it, and
But you keep saying your relationship with God. What is that like? Have there
Pretty
been
nice.
moments where considering this scenario that you gave us about like being betrayed since leaving Maven and everything, would you say that was what led you to develop a stronger relationship with God?
I don't think it was at the point. I think it was right before the point. I think my relationship with God was in fact what led me out of what I was.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just going back to church after a long time, and finding this sort of peace that I hadn't felt in a long time. Like real, it wasn't in fact peace, it was joy. I felt some sort of joy. I was
Joy is
really,
coming.
I was really joyful. And this is not like happiness. This is not something that was fleeting. It was something that I could keep forever. So yeah, I am now like, I was very just interested in growing my relationship with God. And, you know, it's been pretty nice.
What made you stay away first?
I don't know, being a superstar, I guess.
Sorry, let me just chip this in. I'm anticipating your album, but I personally feel like someone like Don Jazzy, right? He doesn't get money from just music. He's also a businessman. You know, he could get some things where they do. If even they heavily into real estate and all. And I feel like part of the things where they do now based on say you don't code, say Don Jazzy, because Alibaba is like that. Alibaba go tell you saying a comedian, but Baba.
That's not his only source of
like,
income.
do you notice when they do? Do you get what I'm saying? So, are there other things that you picked or you learned from Don Jazzy? Because I am sure that this business thing that you're doing is what Don Jazzy would have probably inspired you to. Are there other things that you've picked from Don Jazzy and you might apply?
For Don Jazzy is a very smart man in the sense that he lets people do for him what they can. And that's something I've picked on.
More like delegates.
Yeah. You can do it. You're willing to do it.
Go ahead and do it.
They do them, they go.
Makes his job easy.
That's why he's chilling.
Yeah,
so that's something else that I've picked. Besides, him diversifying his portfolio and business and stuff.
Yeah. Somebody told me, I don't know how true, somebody told me that Don Jazzy is the richest richest person in music in Nigeria.
You might not be lying.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else's pockets, but you might not be lying at all.
Yeah. Not be by anyway. Let's leave that.
Why was that addressed towards me?
I don't know.
No. I just tell you.
I don't
Get
know what's
what's
happening between the both of you, but I think there's an energy.
He was legit shocked.
No, because somebody like this
me?
would think that maybe it's Davido or because.
But see, in all our conversation about Cera, I don't think I've ever heard Cera talk about Davido like she was talking about Wizkid and Burna Boy.
Wizkid, yeah.
So I can tell that Cera is probably not a Davido
Because
fan.
Clearly, these people don't even know me.
Because someone like Don Jazzy, he could just apart from the fact that he's making so much money and he sold part of anyway. Apart from he's making from artists here and there. Of course, he will have a whole lot. Do you think they invested in another artist more than you? Do you think?
I mean, they have a lot more money now, so they definitely did.
No, at that time, do you think
At that time,
one artist was getting
more
more
attention.
funding, more attention?
than you.
Mavin Records was a pretty structured business, and they loved all of us. They literally were head over heels.
If he asked you to come back now, would you come back?
That would be something I have to
He's
decide
considering it, guys. Don't just call him. He's considering it.
That's something that
I think with what you've gathered, like you can just go ahead and fly. Because it's almost impossible for you to be affiliated with someone like Don Jazzy.
I want to talk about the industry right now. We've already established that it's different from what it used to be before. An upcoming or an emerging artist who probably has 1 or 2 hit songs right now, in their head they're thinking, what do I expect? What's next for me? As someone who's been in the game for 10 years, what is that thing that you're going to tell an emerging artist with just 1 hit song or maybe 2 right now?
So the success is fleeting these days. That's why I insist on consistency and just wanting to do this as much as you want to breathe. So no matter the success that you're getting, there's literally much more you can get. It's just as far as you see it that matters. I think, using myself as an example, I saw as far as I could and I got there. And then when I couldn't see more, it felt a little bit stagnant. Now I see a lot, and I'm making my way up until the point that I'm going. So it's literally see as far as you can, and I feel like the work ethic, the work rate that you need to get there, you would be able to like put that into your life and just live accordingly. You know what I'm saying? For me, I've been able to dedicate a lot of time to making more music. There's literally 2 albums aside this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
We did down already.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's a 5-year project
Wow.
for an album every year.
For the
Okay.
next 5
Wow.
years.
For the next
For the next 5 years.
Yeah.
To 2030.
Wow.
So every
Basically.
okay, we're here for it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's as much as I see now that I am acting on. So there's been hours and hours of rehearsals. When I'm not even rehearsing with the band, I'm rehearsing with my DJ.
Okay.
Just cleaning up my stage
Performance.
presence and performance and all that craft. So see as much as you can for yourself.
So would you like to get married, Ricardo?
Oh, okay, like I said, there's a lot of character. There's a lot of things that I have to work on within myself. But I grew up knowing that I can be. You know, my father was married to my mom until she passed. They were married for about, thank you. They were married for about 48 years.
Their generation, they stand by each other, not to your generation.
No, 48 is a
48
big
years. That's a
deal.
long.
I know.
Are you first child?
Oh no, I'm the last.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't have.
Oh,
Yes,
the
it should
last
be the
one
last.
vibe. I get it.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
the last one.
Please, which one are you?
Doesn't matter.
Sounds like a firstborn.
A firstborn.
Sounds like a
This
lot
one
of.
is not the
Are you
first
There's
one.
so
problem.
much on you.
Are you firstborn?
Yeah, I'm
lie.
Me
firstborn.
too, firstborn.
Are you serious?
Is it like
Oh,
you
I
are
will
not
separate ours.
firstborn?
I'm the firstborn now. Now your family. I'm the firstborn. Tell me, this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm the last one. So
Yeah.
I feel like sometime when I am fully revamped,
Makes
because
sense.
the industry, the
Yeah.
life that I've been involved in
Yeah.
has been.
It is where your eye don't see.
You know,
Kai.
it needs for me to go and settle down. It needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
So you don't think that it's the best thing to get married while you're like
It
actively
is, to be
doing-
honest, it definitely is.
It's
It
working on
definitely
itself,
is.
like you said.
But like I said,
The-
I'm not going to drag somebody into my mess.
Yeah.
I wish a lot more men would process it this way.
Sarah, please let's not do this because
I
both
wish a lot
genders
more
have
men.
men.
See, you can
I'm
never
marrying
be-
men now. These men that I'm dating. So
Sarah.
let me speak. I wish a lot more men would process it this way before you get into a relationship or before you marry somebody. Work on yourself.
You can never rehearse marriage enough. No matter how you
but
take.
at least work on yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Understand
feel
that-
still work on yourself. Made the thing no still work.
But
I
at
mean,
least work
if
on
you be
yourself.
working on yourself and
Do you get what I'm
working is
saying?
not working.
exactly.
At least
Work on
still
yourself.
This one
on
just a carry
yourself.
heartbreak. Come.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ricardo, has your heart been broken before?
I believe so.
believe
You know they
it.
hear
You
the
need
love.
to
You know they
know.
hear the love texture from his song.
I believe so. Yeah.
He has been betrayed a couple of times. I love that. When me you there. That
That's
was
not
yes,
really
bro.
love song or betrayal
That song,
song.
No, that song now say they don't do
You
you
just
wicked.
be
So where the
comedian.
day?
You just be
You've
comedian.
used this baby, you did all
Bro, that-
all
that's
this recording. Like,
Things, this man.
That song can relate. See, that song, in fact, anybody inside any problem can relate to that
You
song.
just be comedian.
So this is your album now. Are you going to, because we see a lot of artists now, using TikTok influencers. Do you plan on working with maybe Pella or
Or even doing a dance
Purple Speedy or all
challenge?
those kind?
Dance.
Yeah, everything possible to make it blow up, but just as organic as possible. Like
Yeah.
this is not a do or die affair. It's
Money day now.
It's
Money
a
day.
chill
Aside
vibe.
that, it's not a do or die affair. There is, I believe in consistency. I believe in the talent that I have. As much as I want this to be a success, I know something is going to be successful along the way. So,
Sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing you like on a live stream with one of these streamers. I'm beginning to get into the whole streaming thing.
No,
like,
the streaming thing
Yeah.
is mad.
yeah, I think it's really
and
cool.
they have the
I'm looking
numbers.
forward to seeing you
Rick,
do
whether you
that.
like it, you don't hold small.
Ricky.
Sorry, Ricky.
Ricky.
You don't hold small.
I still
Like
never would reach you.
ah, mad.
High five,
Mad.
Elvis.
No, I found
From here.
Okay, sorry. that was a good one.
I still be last born for your family.
I love that. I love that. But
Alright,
the album
guys.
is, I think it's 15 songs. 15?
15.
Yeah. So
15.
any features that we should look forward to in particular?
I made one with Winnie.
Oh,
That's why he spoke about that. That's why he spoke about that.
Not exactly why. I spoke about her because the question
Yeah.
got to that point.
Yeah.
But she's really talented.
But see, that
Aside
means
Winnie, who else?
You heard one with Mayor Kon already.
Yeah.
I have one with Terry Akpala.
Ooh.
That's one to
mad.
look.
Yeah.
Terry is still in prison, right?
No,
Oh
don't
my
come outside.
goodness.
You don't
Guys.
come outside now.
Oh,
Guys.
thank God.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, he sent me the file, so it's out.
He's out. For him to use his phone.
He's out.
At least he still has access to his phone. And the other one don't get access
Okay,
to his
fair.
phone. Anyway,
Thank you.
yeah.
Any foreign ones?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
I mean, it shows you have a good heart because some people, even after you work with them, they know they do so much to, promote or talk well about. I'll watch out for this Winnie. Waiting be a
Adano.
Winnie Adano.
Yeah.
Mad.
Look forward to it. But thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you guys got one or two. Ricardo, thank you.
Thank you
I'm
for
looking
having me.
forward to all
The
your
Yeah,
game
album.
needs you.
The game needs
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
Mad.